Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Hannah, and today's video is a pregnancy update for week 29. I am in the second week of my third trimester, and honestly, there is not much new to report. A lot of the same things. I'm craving ground beef stuff for food. I haven't had a scary dream like I did last week and a few times before in the second trimester, so that's good. I'm hoping it doesn't come back. Still using the pregnancy or that pillow as a pregnancy pillow. Going on walks. My stomach muscles still kind of hurt, but other than that, really, there's not much more to report. However, there is one thing that is new, and it's kind of odd. So basically, there's this weird clicking noise that is happening in my pelvic area, and it sounds like when you try to pop a bone, but really it's just like a click, and it's not really a pop. You can kind of feel it, but it didn't pop, it didn't relieve anything. That's the whole situation happening, and it happens on the left side, happens on the right side, in the middle, and I don't know what it is. I will be sitting completely still and I'll just hear this click down there, and I'm like, what? The only thing that I could think of is that my pelvic bone, my pelvis is expanding and getting ready for birth, which is a terrifying thought, but also a good thing. And I also noticed that the clicking noise happens whenever the baby is moving. So I don't know if it happens because of the baby or if it's happening because my pelvis is starting to expand and get ready for birth. I don't know, but it's very weird because all of a sudden my body is making noises that it didn't used to, and like on its own. So whatever that is, that's been happening, and I'm just a little weirded out by it. Speaking of the baby moving, it's been a lot of the same big movements and like stretching movements, and it's just a really good thing. And again, the whole kicking the counts that I was starting last week is really difficult. I'm just trying to pay attention. Okay, was there at least 10 movements this hour? And I'm calling it good because it's so difficult to count how many kicks this child does, or movements this child does, because it is so active. So I'm actually going to put in some clips right now of the baby moving that I have caught. The last thing I have for an update is that last week I was really excited about how I took iron twice a day, every day that week, and I'm happy to report that I did it this week as well. If you don't know, when I went to take the glucose test, my doctor also did a CBC test, which is a complete blood count test, and she was checking for anemia, and it turns out I am anemic. So they told me to take iron twice a day, every day, and the first 2 weeks that I was doing it, I wasn't very consistent with it, and she got on to me, of course. So she was like, if you don't, if the iron isn't working, and if you don't take the iron, we'll have to do like an IV bag with iron for you. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. So that kind of like scared me and got me going every single day, twice a day. So yeah, I've been taking it consistently last week and this week, and so the next week when we go in, I think it's next week, in the next 2 weeks or whenever the next doctor's appointment is, we'll do another CBC test, and hopefully the iron is working. I think it is. I do feel a difference in, of how I feel, so I'm still sleepy. I don't think that's ever gonna change, but I'm not oppressively tired where like I don't want to do anything and I'm just like gone out for the count. I have noticed that, and that's really good. The downside of having to take it twice a day is whenever I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I come back to bed and I am not tired. I am awake, like completely awake, and I am awake for a good 2 to 3 hours before I can fall back asleep. So that's really frustrating, but there's not much I can do because I have to take the iron. I'm hoping that it works. By being up all night, I feel like it is working. It's doing something. I just hope that it is high enough that I don't have to have the IV with the iron in it, because that terrifies me. That's all that I have to update you guys on specific to my pregnancy. So now I'm gonna go into the Pregnancy Plus app and show you the little baby. This week it's looking much more fatter and more like a baby. So it says that it is 15.71 inches and almost 3 pounds at 2.91 pounds. For the extra information, eye development. Your baby is now able to see even though it's dark inside your uterus. Bone marrow. Red blood cells are now forming in your baby's bone marrow. Hair growth. Your baby is shedding the lanugo, or body hair, on the skin. The hair on the head is growing thicker every day. The last thing that I have is for the size, and this won't change until week 31. So by Sweets, it's a chocolate box, and then by Animal, it is a little puppy, and then by Fruit, a winter squash, which I still think is the most not reliable but accurate, I guess, and it's also appropriate because it's fall. That is all that I have for you guys for this update. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I put out a video, and I will see you next week. Bye!
Say something like you love me and make my day, like you always do, like you always do.